Hello folks, this is not a gameplay video. If you're here for gameplay of Sons of the Forest, um, this is about dyslexia. So if you're here because the title of the video caught your attention or it was suggested to you, then you're in the right place. Um, so without further ado, let me get started. This is Sons of the Forest. This is Mad Wolf Survival. I am Mad Wolf. And today we're going to talk about dyslexia. I know, it's weird. I'm playing a game and we're going to talk about dyslexia. The reason why this has come about is for this exact reason. I had an incident today where basically I got screwed over for a bunch of money because not of a misspelling, but the misplacing of something that was spelt on the piece of paper. And when they asked me how I could have done that, I decided I would, explain to them, like, I'm dyslexic, and the moment was pretty, crazy at the time, and everything was very rushed, and sometimes I do things backwards when that happens. And so, basically, I did it backwards, and it was written on the words, what I was supposed to write was written on the wrong line. So they proceeded to tell me that I'm using my dyslexia as an excuse. Now, I'm a pretty collected person. I don't anger very easily, but that is a definite soft spot for me. Because I went most of my life not being able to read or write. I'm almost 40, and I learned how to read and write at the age of 25. And it was pretty rough. It wasn't easy learning how to read at the age of 25. And a lot of it had to do with because the teachers and the type of people I dealt with growing up said exactly that. Dyslexia is just an excuse. Now, for those of you out there who have dyslexia, and for those of you out there who have really severe dyslexia, because believe me, there are different levels of it. Don't feel stupid because these people fail to understand something that is actually fairly simple to understand. Don't feel stupid because of that. And don't feel like there's no way you're never going to learn, because there is always a way to learn. For me, it was I got a tutor, and that tutor helped me lay down the foundation for learning, basically. And from there, I used things like speech-to-text programs. And what I would do is I would write something out, and then I would get my phone, and I would use the speech-to-text program, and I would say the exact same sentence into the phone. So that way, when it would spell it out, I could see what words I spelt wrong, and from there, I could, write down the words that I get wrong. And then it took also a bit of, research. Now, you're probably wondering, well, how did you research this if you couldn't read or write? Speech to text. Is exactly how I did it. And I used that to find videos online about proper grammar and proper pronunciation of certain words, what words have silent, the explanation basically to silent letters, because even now that's still, if there's a silent letter in a word, it really screws with me. It makes it very difficult for me to comprehend or even understand the word. And it's been 15 years and I still have these problems. And I'm probably still going to have them for the rest of my life, but at least I have a better understanding now where I'm not in a situation where it's basically looking at hieroglyphs. That's what I say to a lot of people. I said, growing up, I mean, everybody, they would read these books and stuff, and people talk about these books they read. And to me, looking at words, it was like looking at hieroglyphs. I might as well have been trying to read Egyptian. Why am I not using my scoot? So don't feel like you're hopeless. There is so many different ways, and there are a lot of programs out there, which I know it's hard to find them because you can't read or write. But if you go to the right places, and I hate in some places it's as simple as going to like um, um, a welfare office and asking them about it and being honest with them. I know it's really, really hard to look at somebody and be like, I can't read or write, and I'm looking for something. I know how hard that is. It's my experiment there. Um, I know how difficult it can be to say that. And when I was faced with that problem today, it was like it's the first time I've ever actually been like, okay, honestly, the reason this screwed up is because I am dyslexic. I have trouble with it. It was really, really hard to say that, but I just figured, you know what? These ladies seem like they're nice, and boy, was I wrong. I mean, this older lady looked at me, and when I say older, she had to be in her like 70s or something. She looked at me and told me I was using dyslexic as an excuse, and that made me angry, very, very angry. So that being said, people, those of you out there, and I know that games, like a lot of people that play games, the reason we play these games is because it's an escape from the world, correct? And one of the reasons why I play these games is it's an escape from the world. And when you grow up and everybody's reading books, and then you get introduced to video games, that's your book. These were games were my book. I could never play things like Mario and stuff like that. Oh, all my head's rotted. I was collecting one of each. Anyways, um, like I played a lot of action games, racing games, stuff like that. Not games where it was like Final Fantasy and all that. Believe me, I wanted to play them so bad, so bad. I play them now. I've gone back and I've played a lot of games that I wanted to play when I was a kid, but I couldn't because I couldn't read or write. So that being said, folks, listen, don't give up. Don't do what I did. Do not fake your way through life. Yes, it's handy keeping your address and all of the proper spelling for things that you need to fill out a form in your pocket, but it's not the way to go. The way to go is your find what it is that intrigues you when it comes to learning. When I started learning, like I've always been into survival. Everything that I've learned about survival growing up, I learned firsthand. And so the moment I could read and understand what I was reading, the first things I started to read were things like survival books and survivalist stuff. I went gung ho on it, and I learned so much more about something that I was already into, right? Like, I used that to help me progress. I was like, well, okay, now I'm at a point where I kind of understand where, so let's focus on something that I'm interested in and read about it. So, I mean, that's just one way of doing it. So that being said, folks, I wish you all a wonderful time. If this video helped you, I am really, really happy it did, because there are a lot of people out there that suffer from things like dyslexia, and I mean it's not easy. It's some people would probably deny this, but it is the cause of some unemployment. It's also the cause of some homelessness as well. And it's literally, like, I'm not kidding you, literally not being able to read or write is something that can be the cause of homelessness and unemployment. So, for those of you who don't know what it's like, it's not fun and it's not easy. But for those of you who do, I wish you all the best of luck, and I hope you find your way of learning. And until next time, I hope you come back and I hope you play this game. So until next time, stay safe, have fun, keep surviving, and like and subscribe.